going to be moving to the coastal bend from the Edwards Plateau. So that change in elevation creates something called the downsloping effect.
Might need these sunglasses so far today, but you're going to be needing the umbrella this weekend. I've got details on flooding concerns in the forecast coming up.
That's why we call this blocking pattern an omega block. That's going to keep warm conditions and very little rain in the forecast. To most structures in town, that storm surge pushes on in. We see flooding around town to roll through. The only real uncertainty is exactly where these clusters of thunderstorms will be popping up. But look, we've got orange, red, and yellow, and those colors tell us we have heavy rain expected. So everyone gets in the pool because it will be multiple rounds of these thunderstorms. So this rotation in the atmosphere, this is what is triggering all the tornado warnings. Hey Rockport, hold on. We're almost done. We'll get a little bit of a break today. The National Hurricane Center has declared Harold making landfall here on Padre Island. So here just to the south of Baffin Bay.
After that downpour that we had on Tuesday, Steph, but we're hoping for some more rain in the forecast.
Yeah, it was a nice break while it lasted. All good things must come to an end. The heat and humidity back at it again on this Friday. It's like it came here for the weekend, just when everybody's making plans. But you know what? It's okay. We've got the lower end variety of heat advisories for today, or heat alerts, I should say, because they're heat advisories. So this is spanning from Claiborne County up the coast into the Houston, Galveston area. Heat advisories mean we'll feel at least as hot as 110 to 114, and that feels like temperature is going to last for 2 hours or more throughout the afternoon. So the alerts begin at noon. They'll go into 6 o'clock tonight, but even after 6 o'clock, it's still going to be feeling very humid and hot here in the coastal bend. But this morning, not too bad if you're in some of our inland communities. We're a little more true to temperature. I've got the temperature here in white, the feels like temperature in yellow. So in George West, it's 74 and it feels like it. Beeville, not too bad, 76, feeling like 77. It's once you get closer to the water, things really take a turn. So it's 83 in Port A, but it feels like 93, a 10-degree difference there. Naval Air Station Corpus Christi reporting 81 for their temperature, feeling like 89 so far this morning. But how's it looking through the next couple of hours? So that we turn to the dog walking forecast. Our star today, a very special friend, Buster. He was battling an illness here, and so he's got a cone on. It's not a cone of shame, it's a cone of pride. It looks like a beautiful daisy here. So we hope Buster continues to feel better and can shed the petals here soon. If you'd like to put your furry friend on the air, just send me a photo, Stefanie.Lauber@ChrisTV.com, or you could tag me on social media and we'll get your pup in the spotlight where they belong. But as Buster goes for that walk today, it's going to provide a little bit of shade because we're going to have lots of sunshine, temperature getting to around 90 degrees as we head into the lunch hour. Not a whole lot in the way of wind, but a little movement in the air to keep things shaken. And one thing we won't have is rain in the forecast for today. At best, maybe a brush with the coast, but here in Corpus Christi, don't think we're going to see it. Now, I don't want you to be discouraged. Yesterday, the Drought Monitor Index updated and did not have good news for us. We've got a band of extreme drought for our northern communities, and most of the rest of us are under severe drought. That wasn't the case 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. This is the worst we've seen in a long time. But this doesn't take into account the rainfall we received from Harold. Those calculations weren't tabulated before this was updated. So we'll get better news as we head into next Thursday's Drought Monitor update. So with that in mind, we are looking at some rain in the 7-day forecast. This high pressure heat dome that's hanging out over the Central Plains, that's going to move off to the west. And when it moves away, that opens the door for some rain to come moving into the coastal bend. So that won't be until next week, though. And I'll show you those rain chances in a moment. But while we've got the wide view here, we've got to talk about the tropics. We're approaching the peak of hurricane season, which is September 10th. So it's not unusual to see a whole lot going on in the Atlantic Basin. There are 2 areas of interest out here that have a low and moderate chance of development, respectively. There's Tropical Storm Franklin that's kind of moving away from land, so that's good news. But thunderstorms in the Caribbean now causing concern for the Gulf of Mexico. It looks like if there is development, which there's a high chance it will, it would happen somewhere between the Yucatan and Cuba as it makes its way closer to Florida. So it doesn't look like a concern for us right now, but you know when something's happening in the Gulf, we're keeping a close eye on it, and that's exactly what we'll do through the weekend. Until then, our next best chance of rain won't come until Monday night into Tuesday. Just some isolated showers, a few rumbles of thunder. It'll help take our temperatures from the triple digits down to the upper 90s.